Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. We need to open up the dialogue on this new rare recruit Shiryu, a regular rare recruit that might revolutionize Pirate Rumble forever. This is gonna get a bit technical, so bear with me. But if you've been a player who's touched PvE in Treasure Cruise whatsoever, you've probably encountered double special activation potential ability, which is essentially allowing a character to use their special twice in the quest in succession. A good example is this free-to-play Sanji. His double special activation is so good. This is easily one of the best free-to-play units in the game because of it, but that's besides the point. Shiryu is the first unit in the entire game to make double special activation possible in Pirate Rumble. It sounds insane, but he combines two very broken mechanics that when used together properly, you can activate his special twice in the first 10 seconds of the battle. And I will show you guys what I mean. It's insane. So there's a lot of moving parts here that allow this to actually work. The main reason why it works is one, Shiryu's special allows him to swap with the first sub character. Number two, his passive ability allows him to reduce his own CT by 100% when he appears on the field. Number three, he has a speed stat of 199, which is one of the highest in the game. In most teams, he will have the highest raw stat of speed on both the ally team as well as the enemy team, which means he will be the first character to act no matter how much speed up buffs or speed down debuffs the team gets. The person with the highest raw speed stat is always going to go first. So in most cases, Shiryu will act immediately, activate his special because it's ready right at the start, and swap with the first sub character. And if that sub character is someone like the Sword Bandit who gets one shot, Shiryu will appear on the field once again in a matter of seconds, 2 seconds, and he'll charge his own special back up to 100% when he appears on the field for a second time. So that's a lot of information, and all this happens within the matter of seconds at the start of the Rumble battle. Now, I know the devs, they knew about how broken this could get, which is why they made the new end of month batch legends, Van Ogre Devon and the Avalo Pizarro, Vasco Shot, and Sanon Wolf. They made their speed stats even higher than Shiryu's. So Shiryu, if you are running him on the new Blackbeard Pirate team, this will not go as I've explained, because the highest raw speed stat would not be Shiryu. It would be this Van Ogre and Devon with a speed stat of 223. Now, there's a few reasons why this is good. The first reason is that in general, this new Blackbeard team counters IMU quite well. The new units, they heavily debuff driven enemies, make them extremely vulnerable, and then Shiryu comes in and kills off IMU. That's the idea here. Getting Shiryu to 150 might be a decent investment if you pull at least one copy of him. I'm being dead serious. I will be testing this out in a separate video showcasing the new Blackbeard Pirates team, but he's quite interesting. And if you are making an attack team, remember, the unit in the middle slot is the one that is in the frontmost position, will receive the most attacks from the enemy. So it's best to do this, put Shiryu in the middle slot on an attacking team, then he will swap with the bandit. It'll increase the chance the bandit gets hit immediately. The reason why we need it to happen so quick is because Shiryu only gives that 100% CT charge to himself in the first 9 seconds of the battle. After that, it's a 20% heal to Blackbeard Pirates, which is still really good. I mean, this is going to be highly beneficial throughout the match, besides just giving him CT at the start, because that, alongside all of the survivability that Doc Q provides, makes the Blackbeard Pirates team super tanky. I mean, I went against a meta Dex team, which, of course, Quick gets absolutely annihilated from usually. The main reason why is that we can't do damage to Dex. If you're running a Quick team, the Dex units in Rumble tend to have resistance to Quick enemies, meaning they take less damage. So The main issue when I fought that Dex team was not killing them, but in that entire 99 seconds I didn't lose a single one of my units, besides of course the sword bandit, which is intentional. So this team with Shiryu has so much more tankiness and also provides damage right at the start. Not only that, I mean, this is the first unit in the game to apply provoke on the enemy, force the enemy to have provoke, which essentially puts a target on the DPS's back, making it really quick for us to kill them. And as for IMU, yeah, and that would have been perfect, but no, IMU's a support style, so unfortunately you can't put the target on IMU's back. But Shiryu is still doing quite a bit of damage from his special. I think he does spread damage. It's only an assault rumble. Now you might be thinking, okay, it's not that crazy because Shiryu is not doing much. He's a rare recruit. His special, it doesn't really matter if he's activating it twice in the first 10 seconds. Now, I would agree with you, except for the fact that you can combine this Shiryu with your own IMU. And if IMU applies ability bind to the enemy, even this 4.5x damage, regular damage, vanilla damage, it will kill people because of how vulnerable ability bind makes the enemy. So if you have the units and have IMU, I don't have IMU on this account, you can put IMU on this team, and maybe you can try replacing Doc Q and Strongheart. It will make the team a bit more vulnerable, but it's worth testing out. Take out Doc Q, I don't know, take out Doc Q and then put in IMU. If Shiryu second activation happens after IMU special, which is quite likely, remember, after a unit activates their special, they go all the way to the back of the queue. So even though Shiryu has a pretty good speed stat, it's going to take a while for him to actually get that second activation of the special. Probably only after the first 15 to 20 seconds it will happen. It'll happen before the enemy's first wave of specials, but after IMU. That's the ideal. So I mean, of course, remember IMU, you want to put a 5 Aldo on the team, so you would probably also want to run a War Carry alongside him. And as I said, you don't want to run these new Blackbeard Pirate Legends since they outspeed Shiryu. So what you can actually do is take out Devon Van Ogre, put in War Carry, take out Sanwan Wolf, Pizarro, and Vasco Shot, and put in IMU. This could be an insane combo. If you can activate that ability bind and then Shiryu's second activation just completely annihilates the enemy, someone like their own IMU. So unfortunately, it looks like another situation where to counter IMU, you need to have your own IMU. Very similar to how it was when Nika Bonnie first came out, and the only way to counter them was to use your own Nika Bonnie on a bit of a different team. So it seems like it might be that kind of a situation again. Either way, this combination of sub swap and reducing own CT upon appearance will revolutionize Rumble. If they give more characters this, someone like a meta character, imagine Loki has this combination. And if a special has way more damage, they're doing spread damage, imagine they do damage ignoring defense and they have this combination. Like, that's unbelievable to think about. It'll be actually impossible to counter them. So I mean, I'm excited about this. Of course, in Assault Rumble, this Shiryu is busted because he's going to be doing that spread damage as well in that first 2 activations, and he's also giving a lot of defense up, HP up, just a great overall unit. Unfortunately, he himself is only resistant to paralysis, so a lot of things like forced out, confusion, those kind of things will affect him. But the thing is, he's activating before everyone else, both of his first activations, so that's not really that big of a deal, right? I mean, there are enemies like Zoro versus from Nustro that will also activate in those first few seconds. So the first few seconds, like after the 12th anniversary meta, the first like 10-15 seconds was already so important, but if they introduce more characters like the Shiryu, it's going to be even more intense. The very first second of the battle is going to be so crucial. Look out for unit speed stats. Anything above 200 or even 190 is really high speed stat. Just generally look out for characters that have a speed stat of higher than 198, which is IMU's speed stat. I mean, I think they generally actually intended this for Shiryu to have 1 speed higher than IMU, just so that he can outspeed him right at the start of the battle. because if IMU has the highest speed stat, he's always going to be activating that first special. But as I said, after the first activation or the first unit to attack based on a raw speed stat, then the match will start considering speed up buffs, speed down debuffs, in which case it's possible for you to push IMU right to the back of the queue and kill him before he can do anything. So I think this is a really strong potential, especially if you have IMU yourself alongside the new Shiryu. And as I said, having him at level 150, the Shiryu that is going to be quite valuable because his damage will be much more tight, especially if you don't have IMU. Regardless, this is quite interesting. Let me show you how it looks in a match before we end off the video. Also, you really want the new Shiryu if you did pull the new Van Ogre Devon and Avala Pizarro, Vasco Strats, and One Wolf, because these characters really rely on the enemy having a provoke status effect. So yeah, if you have the new end of month legends, really hope you have Shiryu. Also, we are sleeping on Burgess, but in this Assault Rumble, Burgess does so much damage, bro. Like, for a rare recruit, utterly insane DPS, or bruiser, should I say. But yeah, Shiryu definitely is the star of the batch, that's for damn sure. This is not exactly the team I want to show you for Shiryu being ready right at the start, but as you can see, Van Ogre and Devon is the first in the queue because of their raw speed stat. After that, the enemy takes over because of their high speed stat and level 30 speed up. It's just ridiculous, man. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly show you guys what happens when Shiryu is on the team alone without Van Ogre Devon and the San Juan Wolf, Avala Pizarro, and Vasco Shot. Unfortunately, the new Vasco Shot, Avala Pizarro, and San Juan also has slightly higher speed stat than Shiryu, so both of them you do not want to use with him. But yeah, as you can see, Shiryu doesn't look that impressive right now because we are running him alongside these guys with a higher speed stat. But yeah, let me show you guys what happens when you don't run these guys and instead run units like Valkyrie, Gear 5 Quick Luffy, and also the Boa NL unit. So here's the team I'm going to show you guys. It is a bit of a shabby team. I'm actually running Caesar there instead of the Pistol Bandit. He's the lowest HP driven unit I have. We need 6 drivens for, or 5 drivens for Valkyrie to have his maximum abilities. But that's about it. We are still running Burgess and Kuzan on the bench. I'm a fraud. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. We should see Shiryu activating the very first unit, right? I think Quick Gear 5 actually does have a higher speed stat than Shiryu by like 2. So this might actually be the best possible way for you to run it right now. So yeah, you can see Shiryu's right there at the start of the queue. So long as the enemy doesn't have a passive to delay right at the start, Shiryu, literally the first second, we still have 100 seconds left in the match. Caesar's gonna come in, he's in the frontmost position, immediately gets slimed out, 3 seconds in, and Shiryu has his second special ready. If that's not double special activation, I do not know what is. And as I said, yeah, it's gonna take him a bit of a second to get his second special to activate. He is quite far behind in the queue, but this is a perfect window for someone like IMU to activate. The ability bind is gonna last enough seconds for Shiryu to come in here after about 23 seconds and activate his second special and completely annihilate the enemy while they have the ability bind. If you don't know what ability bind does, it essentially makes everyone's passives disabled, which removes all forms of defense up. It means that the defense down that your team applies to the enemy will completely reduce their defense to 0, which means they will take 100% of the damage you do with 0 damage reduction. So it's extremely important to not have ability bind. Of course, if you're giving it to the enemy, that's quite advantageous. I actually want to showcase this team for you guys as a only new rare recruits team for the new Assault Rumble. So I'm not going to show you against every single team here, and I'll discuss how everyone works together in a separate video. But for now, yeah, pretty good damage score actually for none of the new batch. I mean the new legends. Pretty good score here on the damage side of things. Of course, my score is like gassed up to hell and back because I have 3.8x trusty score. But yeah, pretty good damage score just in general there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave them down below. It's just, I don't know why they gave a regular rare recruit like better ability than a Pyro Rumble rare recruit. Like, we haven't even seen a Pyro Rumble rare recruit that's this insane. And that gets me concerned because eventually everyone's gonna have the ability to activate their special in the first second, do this new double special activation thing. I don't know, man. I'm having fun though, so that's the best part, right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.